This is the story of salt. Picture this: your favorite street burger sputtering on a hot griddle, fries whispering in oil, and a sprinkle of crystals waking everything up. I'll pull the camera back. Those same crystals once decided where our ancestors settled, funded empires, sparked revolutions, and flavored legends. From royal tables to roadside carts, salt isn't just a seasoning, it's the hidden producer of human history, and the quiet hero of every bite we love. You're watching Amazing Food World, where every bite has a backstory. Salt is everywhere, on our tongues, in our talk, and behind the scenes of masterpieces. We take rumors with a grain of salt, stash memories by salting them away, call hard workers worth their salt, and beg friends not to rub salt in the wound. In kitchens, it's the final touch. Beyond food, sodium chloride tans leather, turns wood pulp into paper, sanitizes swimming pools, builds roads, melts ice, scrubs, stains, relieves pain. But the most magical thing it does is transform food, coax sweetness forward, sharpen sour, deepen umami, and make beef taste beefier. Mango brighter and eggs richer. A pinch looks small. The effect, massive. We're literally built for salt. A healthy human body carries about 0.4% sodium chloride teeny on paper, essential in life. Salt ferries nutrients into cells, fires nerve signals, flexes muscles, and keeps the heart beating. Early hunter-gatherers unknowingly got their supply from animals whose flesh carried groundwater minerals. But when farming began, grains and greens filled bowls, but something went missing. And so settlements needed two things: fresh water and salt. Jericho grew by a spring, and by the Dead Sea, whose shores crunch with salt. Cataluyuk in today's Turkey bloomed near a salt lake, where villagers boiled briny water in clay pots. Archaeologists even found an 8,000-year-old salt shaker there. Solisata in Bulgaria, literally salt town, marks Europe's first settlement. In Sichuan and Austria, people dug hundreds of meters underground to mine shimmering veins. Inland hunters followed animals to salt licks, while coastal families carved evaporation pools to trap seawater and leave crystals behind. Even before farming, humans knew how to preserve food: smoke it, dry it, and yes, pack it in salt. Imagine Jericho homes lined with jars of fish packed in salt. Hours turn into months. Famine becomes survivable. That was salt's first superpower, not taste, but time. By pulling out water, it paused spoilage and bought life. From Jericho's jars to Soviet-era pantries, salted fish with pickles was survival on a plate. And the basic method hasn't changed for thousands of years. Back near Jerusalem, salt seeps into scriptures. Salt of the earth, offerings preserved with salt. Lot's wife turned into a pillar. In Shinto, wrestlers toss salt to purify the ring. In India, the Buddha compared karma to salt in water. The Hopi worshipped a salt goddess who guided harvesters. Legends multiply. A Slovak princess exiled for loving her father more than salt until famine taught the king its value. A Philippine giant steps across the sea to fetch salt, only to drop it and turn oceans forever salty. Norse tales of a magic mill that grinds salt endlessly at the bottom of the sea. Every culture knew salt wasn't ordinary, it was sacred. By 3000 BC, trade routes hummed. Salt was priceless, but moving it was hard. Boil a kilo of seawater, you get a couple of spoons of crystals. A cubic meter of salt weighs 2 tons. 30 horses groan under it. China, the Celts, and Egypt all traded salt, but scarcity kept it for elites. Then Egypt had a breakthrough. Instead of selling salt and fish separately, why not sell salted fish? A preservation hack turned into a business revolution. Egyptian boats carried jars across seas, birthing the first supply chain: salt mines feeding salting houses. Salting houses feeding ports, and ports feeding cities. Competition followed. Assyrians made sausages. Egyptians cured olives. The Chinese pickled cabbage that became Europe's sauerkraut. The Celts turned to ham. And along Asia's coasts, fish dissolved into salty brine, creating fish sauce, the ancestor of soy, garum. And nearly every salty bottle we love today. Rome paved its power with salt, literally. The Via Salaria stretched from coast to coast. Roman garum factories perfumed Pompeii. Soldiers were paid partly in salt, hence salary. Their tables spread prosciutto, salami, and salted cheeses like pecorino romano and parmigiano. Words like salad, sausage, and sauce all trace back to sal. Rome didn't just conquer land, they conquered taste. Wars erupted for salt, from Venice bullying rivals to Timbuktu changing hands 4 times. Colonists fought natives over salt works in America. China's salt taxes toppled dynasties. Spain revolted. Russia rioted, and salt also sparked freedom. France, 1789, and fair salt taxes fed revolution. India, 1930, Gandhi marched 387 kilometers to the sea, pinched his own salt, and lit a nonviolent fire that toppled an empire and inspired Martin Luther King Jr. Refrigerators finally arrived in the 20th century. But by then, salt had already shaped cuisines. Korean kimchi, Portuguese bacalhau, Scandinavian gravlax existed without it. Even today, we don't just tolerate pickles, we crave them. Salt isn't just salty. To make sweet things sweeter, sour things sharper, savory things deeper. If it's delicious, salt is working quietly. Fast forward to today, a burger dried with salt. Cheese salted to maturity. Pickles tangy with brine. Fries dusted with flakes. Salt is invisible but indispensable. Remove it and everything falls flat. Add a pinch and it all sings. Here on Amazing Food World, we don't just taste food, we uncover the stories that made it possible. Salt isn't just on your fries, it's in our history, our words, and our culture. Jamestown's first commercial building, a salt works. Colonists fought blockades to secure salt. Civil War strategies targeted salt factories, starving armies into surrender. Salt shaped nations as much as it seasoned food. Salt is survival. Salt is story. From Jericho's jars to Gandhi's march, from Roman garum to your kitchen pickle jar, salt is more than seasoning. It's time, trade, rebellion, and memory packed into a pinch. This is the story of Saltend, the reason every plate you love tastes like home. If you enjoyed this journey, stay with Amazing Food World for more edible history. Subscribe, tap the bell, and tell us in the comments what's the one salty dish you can live without. Don't forget subscribe to Amazing Food World for more food stories that shape the world. A pinch of salt changed history. Imagine what the next episode will reveal. Stick around, there's more history hiding in your pantry.